Anybody in here ever had a colonic? Anybody? Well, somebody was all, they're good. Okay. Well, we'll compare stories. Compare notes right now. Yeah, about every 3 months, I decide I want to get in really good shape. And that lasts 3 days. But in that 3 days, I will at least read 3 books about how to achieve better wellness. And I bought a book called The California Juice Fast. Has anybody read this wretched piece of literature? Well, it's about juicing, but it's also got a whole chapter about colon health, specifically about colonics. Now, I will get a wild idea in my head, and I will take it to my wife to see if she will veto that idea. So I get in my head, I'm going to get a colonic. That's in my head. And I go to my wife and I say, hey, babe, I'm going to get a colonic. What do you think? And she says, let's do it. Let's go get a couple's colonic. And I was like, pretty sure that's not a thing. Guessing the lover's colonic is not on the menu. That's a hunch. So I call, and the colonic lady answers, and I say, yeah, me and my wife, we want to come in and get colonics. And she's all, you want a couple's colonic? I'm like, oh, it's a thing, babe. It's a thing. It exists. Yeah, we do. And here's the thing. Here's where my brain goes. I immediately go into, oh, a couple's colonic. That's going to be neat. We're going to have our legs up. We're going to be looking at a beautiful scene, like a resort scene. Ravi Shankar is going to be playing sitar in the corner. It's going to smell nice. All the time we have hoses shoved in places. I'm thinking it might be romantic. That's what's on my mind. We book these colonics, right? And we start walking down. The place is close to the home. We start walking down, and we have to walk by fast food restaurants on the way. I changed my mind 7 times on the way there. I'm like, oh, let's just go get KFC. Let's just, fuck it. I was scared. What I'm trying to say is I was scared. And I get into the place. The first thing they do, they have orientation, colonic orientation. And the owner lady's job is to try to make me feel better about it. And I'm straight with her, and I just say, I am very, very scared of this. I'm scared. I'm nervous. I don't want to do this. And she says, why? Well, mostly about the hose in my ass, honestly. That's mostly why. Is there other shit? My wife's name's Danielle, and they say, Danielle, your colon therapy specialist is here. And she comes out, she's beautiful. Beautiful blonde girl. She has a button that says, I wash butts. I'm thinking to myself, this is going to be awesome. She seems so nice. So I start following Danielle in there, and they're like, well, what are you doing? And they're like, I was like, well, it's a couple's colonic. She's like, well, it's a couple's rate. They're separate rooms. And I was like, of course, that's weird. I don't know why I thought that. That's whole time I'm like, oh, fuck, I knew that wasn't a thing. I knew that wasn't real. And so she goes in, but I'm feeling better about things. I'm like, oh, that girl looks really professional. She looked clean. Everything looks cool. And then I'm just sitting there, and I'm drinking some water. I'm like chugging this water. There's like, oh, do you want some water? And I'm like, as fucking much as you got. I'm going to just keep chugging this water. And they say, Johnny, your colon therapy specialist is here. And I get up. I'm excited. And it's a 6'6" guy. It's about 350 pounds. And they say, oh, we want you to meet Tyrone. I know you're thinking Tyrone's black, but he's not. He's white Tyrone. He has a mustache. It look like a Tom Selleck mustache. And I'm like, this is going to suck. I'm like, I don't... Please. And so I walk to white Tyrone, and I shake his hand, and he comes in, and he says, well, drop your drawers. And I'm like, okay, you're going to leave, right? Because either that or that's a really weird first move that you're going to try on me. And he says, what I want you to do is I want you to get on the table, fetal position, butt towards the door. And I'm like, okay. And he leaves, and I undress, and I get in the fetal position, butt towards the door. And they have this big billowy pillow, and I noticed that the pillow's wet from my tears. I literally start crying. So as I'm crying on this pillow, I'm thinking to myself, Tyrone is a professional. He's gonna come in, and he's gonna say exactly what I need to hear. He's gonna put me at ease. He's gonna say something calming and soothing, because that's what I need to hear right now. So Tyrone knocks on the door, and instead he says something that blows my fucking mind. He comes in through the door and he says, "I'm gonna rock your world." And the only thing that comes out of my body is, no! No, please, no! Don't! No! Then he says, well, we got 3 different sizes of spigots. We have small, medium, and large. Which one do you need? And I'm like, I don't know, like, and he's like, well, how tight's your butthole? And I'm like, well, fuck if I know, but it's pretty tight, I'm guessing. Nothing's ever been in there. So, let's go with small. How about small? Let's rock small this time. What they do is, this is humiliating. What they do is they hand the hose to you, then they control your wrist. And then they're like guiding the hose from your wrist. I'm like just jabbing my balls. I'm like, I'm gonna get injured during this. Like, this is the point where I say perhaps the gayest thing I've ever said in my life. I hand the hose to him and I say, you guide it in. I shook my hair. You do it. You got this one. Here's the tip-off to the rip-off. They can't do it for you. It's against the California state law. So now I'm feeling rejection. I'm just like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll try again. I end up getting it in. I'm in full submissive mode at this point. I'm trying to impress him. I'm just like, oh, is that a good release? I haven't even been practicing. We finished the Colonic. We finished this fucking Colonic. And they hard sell you on the way out about getting, one's good, but you should really get 3. And I'm like, let's not get crazy. Here's the thing, though. I felt better. I felt better after I got it. And I was feeling better for a couple of days. And I'm crazy. I call the lady back, and I'm like, let's set up round 2 with White Tyrone. Let's do it. I'm going to get a second Colonic. How many of you guys have Google Alerts? Anybody? I set up Google Alerts. I just have it for Sacramento, California. That's my hometown. And what it does is it comes up with thumbnails. You click or hover on the thumbnails and you can see the headlines. I look at my Google Alerts and I just see a thumbnail picture of White Tyrone's face. I don't think anything bad. I just think like, why is White Tyrone in the news? And I just click on his face. And as it slowly loads on my phone, I see that White Tyrone has been arrested for raping people at the spa. White Tyrone raping people at the spa. So needless to say, I cancel my second Colonic. Here's the thing, though. This guy illegally touched people on that table, and he couldn't just help me guide the hose in?